We're back together this week. I'm going to share a little bit about um, growing, growing and taking it to the next step, kind of, and a little bit of possibly a review, but it never hurts to review stuff. So, we're all here, right, on the planet. We came here, um, all of us uniquely, right? And we came here hardwired with all the goodies of life that we desire, and it's going to be different for each one of us, what that might be. But our responsibility is to make the commitment to becoming the fullest expression of our life that we possibly can. And it's going to look different for each one of us because our personalities are different. But our job is to become more aware of the inside and begin to live from that space than to be driven from the outside. So we have to be so in love with ourselves that we no longer live below who we are, and we no longer live below the love that we have within us. And oftentimes, when we're moving through life, we're evolving, right? We're becoming aware, and we're leaving behind things that are not useful, ways of living, ways of thinking, right? So replacing all of that with an expression of the love that we are is and how it can expand and play out in our lives is what we're here to do. And all of the way that we start out is working really hard on the outside, with living and looking and studying and all of this kind of stuff. And oftentimes we scratch a little bit of the surface of the inside, but we don't spend a lot of time, and we don't spend a lot of time allowing ourselves to embody us and our unique and beautiful self. And being and becoming should be our individual priority for our life. And if we can live in a reality where there's never enough time, there's never enough space, there's always something that's more important, right? There's always something that's more important than walking in the shoes we were given, right? But honest to God, what is more important than becoming you? Like, where do you think you're gonna find you? Out there somewhere? You're gonna find you inside. And it's always the battle in a relationship, right? We want to spend time, pay attention to me, right? I'll pay attention to you, and all of that kind of stuff. Well, we have to be in that place in our own life at first. We have to be committed to taking a one step and then the next step. Our searching for the hidden treasure within us and bringing that out is going to naturally and organically touch and serve people. But a lot of time we try and serve from a place of action and things that we decide, and where we spend some time, but do we get up from our time changed? Have we allowed more to emerge and come to the surface? Or are we just doing time? So because we're supposed to meditate, we're supposed to spend some time in quietness or in journaling or in something like that. But why are we doing it? Right? Because the motivation comes from the desire, right? If I always tell people, like, if I said there was 75% off at your favorite store, it would be a priority to get your ass down there and get in line, right? We make a priority for the things that we feel are really important to us and that give us joy, right? So when are we going to start giving ourselves joy? By being, by being. And there are people out there waiting for us to get ourselves expressing and for us to know ourselves so that they can receive what we have, not what we think they need, but what will naturally, spiritually, organically begin to flow out of our life into the lives of the people that will find us. They will find us, or they will notice us because of how we are being, and because it is authentic and it is natural. And we become warm, glowing beacons, or like we're the hot stones on a cold day, because that's who we are, right? But we can't put that on, right? We have to become that. We don't even know that we're becoming, because we're committed and have made a priority out of waking up and remembering who we are and going in and spending time in the treasure chest. What can I learn to fully express in my life, and hang with it until it's fully expressed, right? Because we're all made with all the goodies. Like I said, we're all made with with love and abundance and health and joy, and joy for life, compassion, creativity. As we begin to expand the power, allow the power and life within us to expand, then we'll begin to see things differently, and we'll begin to draw into our life people and things that need our the love that we're willing to develop, and then open up to let it flow out how it's going to flow out, right? And without deciding this person needs this or this person needs that, or I'm going to set up a pitch a tent and whatever. we're need to get committed to how far we want to go on this journey, and how much of the divine life within you are you going to allow to express out. And oftentimes we're taught divine life is way out there somewhere, and we're reaching out there for it, and it's like we'll wait for it to come on to us and put us in a spot where we'll pay some attention. And that's kind of like this person's crying out, water, water, I need water, like water, water. And open your eyes, and they're sitting on a lily pad in the middle of a lake. Like, the water's already there. So we have to know that it's within us. Our unique expression is within us. And we have to desire the expansion for that, and the expression through our life, through our personality. We have to go after those divine attributes and make room for them to be there without just a natural flow of our life, right? It's an ongoing process as we are growing and stuff like that. But we to tap into the power we need to live a joyful, productive, happy, fulfilling life that includes the passions and desires of our heart. It comes from within. And it comes from, you know, there's nothing else that's more important to spend your time on than you. And that's not being a selfish or self-centered. You're spending the time to open to who you are and to begin to spend time in the divine life that's within you and the attributes that you possess, and begin to tap into your higher consciousness, tap into what's already in you, what's already has some space, and go, what's more? Was there a fuller expression? Because look at your life. Is your life exactly expressing the divine life that you possess already? If it is, hallelujah, you could teach the class and help us all figure it out, because we have to make a commitment. And I know this has been a theme over the last few weeks that we've had the class. We have to be committed to becoming who and what we are. And we have to be committed to the relationship, to spending time. We have to be committed to doing our part to tap in to the high attributes, the high vibrations that we possess. They're not going to just vibrate, right? We have to be in the state of love, unconditional love for ourselves. And we're not just be in it, but committed to embodying it with ourselves. We must be so in love with the gift of our life that consumes us, because at that point you're so in love with the divine, which is the life that you are. Like, we're snowflakes, right? The spiritual little snowflakes. Each one of us has our own unique crystallization, our own unique fingerprint. We are all a unique, magical expression of light and life. And we have to be committed to the fullness of that expression on our time here on earth. We're here for that, because when we begin to see ourselves how we really are, if we see the beauty of our life, we feel the divine life that we are, we make the connection, we begin to be in the present now, we begin to be present in the moments of our life, we begin to choose where we're, what's feeding our soul, what isn't. Then we are beginning to make divine life a priority, our life and our life's expression a priority, so that it can vibrate out and elevate the world around us, right? So we need to reverse the energy flow. We're putting a lot of energy into out. We need to flip some of that around and go in. And that may create changes in your life, right? You'll become different. You'll become different. You'll become different than you are now every single time. Every single time you go into meditation and make a connection with a high level emotion, make a connection with your heart and the love and life that's in your heart, you're changed because you've made the connection. You now have expanded that much more, right? And we begin to see more with more clarity. But the purpose of us is to walk in power and to be satisfied in life. Like, we're supposed to be satisfied through what we're doing, how we are living, through how we choose to serve. We are doing all of that in the present now without the baggage of yesterday or the baggage of tomorrow, right? We're in now, fully expressing with all of our pistons firing in right now. And we have to be in that same place with ourselves when we are going into our meditation, spending our time with our eyes closed, tuned in and not out, to where can I make more room? How can I be more fully expressed, right? Even if it's different than I think, or how can I know how I want to see myself how I really am? You know, I want to see and know myself as a divine life. And I want to be in the peace of that knowledge and the peace of that life. Every moment that I'm here, every moment that I spend here, and I can leave here knowing I was committed, right? So we have to make a commitment. We have to spend the time, and we have to keep pressing in, even when we're tired, we're uncomfortable, right? Our body's tired, it wants to eat or, you know, go to the bathroom or whatever. That's too bad. Like, we need to make the commitment and we need to keep it for our heart. And pretty soon it will become a natural part of your life, and you'll see your life changing more and more, and you'll have access to more internal really divine experiences for you, because the conversation is for you and the relationship is for you, and your beautiful life expression is for you, right? And gratitude for the opportunity to live and express divine life. Gratitude for that opportunity. And stepping into the growing with joy. It's an opportunity. The growing is an opportunity to make a connection and to have success and to manifest something in your life. Everything that comes across our path is an opportunity to touch it with divine life and perspective. They're all opportunities. Are we in a position to seize the opportunities? Or are we too busy or too tired or got too many other opportunities going on? We have to be worth it. And we have to have an idea of what is on the other side of, you know, we're doing the work so that we have the fullest expression of divine life flowing through our life energy. Like, we have to want that goal, right? Or it's not gonna, you know, it's never gonna want to sit down and go in there. We have to figure out what it is on the other side. It is a job, and it is all of, like, you know, we desire all those things, but desiring the fulfillment of our expression, as we desire the fulfillment of our divine high self-expression, that will come out in our work too. Like, it's not a separate life out there and a separate one in here. It's the same life. In here makes out there something fantastic you'd never even thought about or couldn't even dream of, because we only know what we know, right? So moving in here creates out there and it's doing it all the time anyway. So shifting around, you know, We find the time. And I mean, I'm going to call my sister out. She's probably going to get mad at me, but we never have time. And she's always super busy. And all of a sudden, she was like, I got to grow. I got to figure this out. She found the time to watch a 25-minute video every day and review it. What was the difference? She realized if I want to go farther and deeper, I got to make a commitment and make some time. And it wasn't like, oh, all of a sudden her whole life fell apart. It's 25 minutes. It's been that long, in the bathroom or something. So, when we make the commitment, time manifests. Time manifests. And then we grow and we feel better, right? Because we have to take in information. We have to what are we putting in? If all we're putting in is busyness and heaviness and surviving and running and working, and if that's all we're putting in, there's not going to be a whole lot of anything else. But when we say, I got to put some goodies in there, I need to put some, I need to stretch my awareness more, right? I need to understand why I'm doing this meditation. Like I need to listen to a book, understand more, right? Take in more information, stretch our perspective. And then, oh, now I can see and feel a difference within myself and my life. So now I'm going to keep doing that, right? I'm going to keep doing that. And when we take something out, let go of something we don't need anymore, a change, a way of being or a thought process or anything, we got to put something in. We need to fill up the space with our highest and best, with love, with maybe some knowledge. We need to feed our soul. We need to feed like it's a Olympic athlete. You need to feed it the right food so that it can perform at its highest and best, so that you can get the gold. Right? So if we don't, then it's a constant battle between stress and all the stuff that you are taking in that isn't feeding your soul, and trying to get all of that to be quiet so that you can get in and be quiet. But you're already all this stuff. It can be impossible to find a quiet place, right? So we have to develop the quiet place, own that, and return to it again and again and again and expand on it. So that's my message. If you have want to say something, that'd be great. I'll wait a few minutes.
Actually, it wasn't really that hard to make a little bit of extra time in my day. I just got up a few minutes earlier and didn't hit the snooze. And then now I'm craving making a little more time for the review.
Right?
So now I'm like excited about the learning, and then it automatically, I can find time. Even if I can't listen really well, I just play it anyway because it's still going in.
Yep.
It's going in there somewhere.
It is. It's in there. It is. So, and then when we put the good stuff in, it can come up when we need it.
So that's what I'm hoping.
It's true. It's true. The brain records everything.
Oh.
So, but you had to come to that point of wanting more, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like once you start, it kind of like pulls
Mm-hmm.
along.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes just starting is the hard part.
Yes, it is. And people and things and busyness will always try to take that away.
Well, there's always stuff.
Mhm.
You just have to just let something go. And most of a good portion of the stuff that is so important can wait.
Yeah.
It'll still be there, especially.
I mean, when I was working, I wrote it in my book. Like I made an appointment with myself and kept my appointment. Like whatever it takes, because once you're in it, then it's a habit. And then you keep it going. So I would challenge everyone to, you knew that was coming, to get your calendar out and put yourself in it. And don't make it crazy. Start with, 15 minutes or a 25-minute lesson or, whatever it is, start. But make time for listening and feeling love. Just sit and feel love for 10 minutes. Will change your life. It will raise your immune system naturally, organically, energetically. There's a lot of benefit there. So this week's challenge, put yourself in your book and keep the appointment and see how you feel if you're not already doing that. And you might have to get up early or stay up late, but you're worth it. You're worth it.
Well, just think, if it was a new love in your life, you could squeeze in those extra 20 minutes to chat in the morning or at night.
Mhm.
You wouldn't
Oh.
even have a problem. You just couldn't wait to spend that little extra time.
Because you feel good when you do it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So I bet you guys want a little meditation. All right, I'm going to turn off the recording.